And we should be live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast, episode 349 to be exact. And if you're new here and you enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole bunch of that stuff going on around here. When you do subscribe, leave a like or hang out with us in the live chat like you're going to do today. Helps us share conversations and laughs like these with more people, so do consider doing that. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacations, all right? It's that time of the year. It's beautiful outside today. It may or may not be beautiful outside tomorrow, but if you're whether you're a winter sports person or a summer, spring, fall sports person, you get all that here in the Midwest, and especially up in the UP, which, shout out to today's video sponsor, Alpine House 2, can help you take the full advantage of. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss Chalet duplex A-frame with a log cabin interior located directly across the street from the Ski Brule Ski Resort in Iron River, Michigan. That's up in the UP, like I mentioned, surrounded by forests, lakes, rivers. More specifically, Iron River makes Alpine House 2 the destination for fishing, hunting, hiking, snowmobiling. So regardless of what kind of Midwestern weather you get, you can take full advantage of it. They've been pretty consistently booked up over on Airbnb and Vrbo. But if you reach out to them over on their Instagram at Alpine House 2 and tell them that Rita or Detox sent you, they will help figure out setting you up with a vacation. That's at ALPINEHAUS number 2 on Instagram. You can stay up to date with renovations, bookings, and more. One last time, that's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. They're also linked down below. Check out them, and shout out to them for sponsoring another episode of the show. I got to be honest, also, this has been a 349th episode, I said. This will be today. We've had plenty of technical difficulties. We've had lights crap out on us. We've had other issues that you guys have witnessed or not witnessed behind the scenes, and I would have been able to skip a lot of those issues if I had our other video sponsor in my back pocket earlier, Impulse Cameras over in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Impulse Cameras is located in Oak Creek, Wisconsin's Drexel Square. They have everything you could possibly need for your creative projects, whether it's cameras, lights, microphones, gimbals, or even just a place to record your own content. They've got all that stuff covered. They don't just have great gear, though. They also have great, hardworking, talented staff that will help you get gear that's best suited for your needs at prices that actually fit your budget. And they don't just have that either. They also have super legit rental program that allows you to get your hands on some amazing gear before you decide to buy it. And if you're still not convinced, they also have monthly memberships, which allow you to get some extra discounts on gear as well as access to an exclusive Discord and more. So check out at impulse.mk on Instagram or impulsecameras.com to see everything that they've got going on. One last time, that's at impulse.mk on Instagram or impulsecameras.com. You can also check out the link down below. Just tell them that Rita Detox sent you, and they will get you guys set up. So shout out to both of our sponsors for sponsoring another episode of the show. Now, with all the bills paid, church announcements out of the way, I'm excited to be kicking with my guest this week. We've got somebody who's from a line of work that I've been trying to speak to for a long time, but they just wouldn't have me. They didn't want to hang out with your boy. And I'm excited that we're having him in the studio. We got to give a very wet Detox welcome to TJ Trashman. He's here. He's a comedian as well as a former, current, and future, probably, right? Future
Oh, yeah.
Garbage man.
Still, yeah, I'm going back to work in like a month, so
yeah.
Presently laid off, so
excellent. We love that.
Had to stay being laid off, otherwise I'd be TJ OnlyFans, and that would just that doesn't work well for anybody.
No. When you get, I have buddies in construction and whatnot, and like they've been laid off. They have seasons where they have less work and stuff like that. What do you like to do when you're laid off from work?
So the big thing I've been using this for is, home projects, just trying to be a fully functioning adult.
Yeah.
Trying to, get little stuff cleaned up around the house and just diving in both hands, both feet, cannonball into comedy. Because, when I'm working, I get up at 4 a.m. and a lot of open mics don't start till 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah. And
so I just took this as a golden opportunity to really try to get better at something I enjoy doing.
Why not, right? Best time. Perfect time for it. Is there, like you mentioned the home projects. What are you guys getting into right now? What are you working on?
So a lot of it's been, I don't know, I was going to try to completely remodel my bathroom, but once I looked at, like, my house is originally from the 40s. And the bathroom was renovated sometime in the 70s, and I started looking at little stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm paying a professional. Because I know, it's one of those things, you're going to start diving into it, and you're just going to find problem upon problem. It's like, there's a reason there's professionals.
Yeah, I bet, dude. I mean, the bathrooms in general, dude. Isn't that, I don't watch a lot of those fixer-upper shows anymore, but from what I remember, the bathroom and the kitchen, the two biggest things that are the biggest headaches to deal with, but they also like up the value of the home the most, I believe.
Oh yeah, and I mean, those Fixer Upper shows were everything back in like the mid 20-teens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the early, or especially early 2010s, dude. HGTV was fire.
Oh yes.
I never willingly turned it on, but anytime I saw it, I'm like, oh wow.
That
Like, I want to live
Wars.
there. Storage Wars?
Yeah,
Okay,
you start watching back Storage Wars now and you see episodes from like 15 years ago and it's just like, God, this is such terrible TV. How was I so riveted by this?
Dude, you know what? I've seen the same thing with Hoarders.
I
Recently,
love Hoarders.
dude, it's been on at work. We've like been like putting it on at work, and every time it's on, I'm like, this is not real. And I catch myself like, whenever I look away, I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. I'm never watching that again. And then it'll be like an hour later, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, dude, how is that cat alive?
It's very real.
Yeah, dude,
I
it's scary.
have seen
I'm sure
stuff,
you've seen
yes.
it. Yeah. So let's get into it a little bit. I mentioned when I introduced you, you TJ Trashman. That's your stage name that you go by
Yes, sir.
as a comedian. And I had said that you were a garbage man.
Yes.
Is that an offensive term to
Not at
garbage
all.
man? No. Okay, that's okay.
I mean, what they do is they try to church it up for us. Waste removal specialist is what we're listed as on Indeed.
that's resume speak.
Yeah,
for
but
garbage
it's,
man.
It's,
Yeah.
it's garbage man.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the whole trash man thing is, I had customers who would like leave me, you know, Christmas cards and stuff around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And the reason I went with Trashman was just wrote Mr. Trashman on the thing and I just liked it. And I was like, okay, it rolls off the tongue. It's cool.
Yeah,
So
might as well.
that was
dude.
part of it.
And it's you. It makes sense. We talked a little bit off air about you kind of getting into the waste removal scene. What is day-to-day life as a garbage man?
Okay. Day-to-day life is waking up hella early.
Yeah.
No matter what time of year it is. You know, weather is unkind no matter what. I think in the 12 years that I've been doing it, weather-related call-offs for work, less than 5. Like,
Jesus.
I'm talking 30 below zero, the trucks won't run, or, you know, the painstaking blizzards that have just rocked everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But even then, it's like, as soon as that snow gets cleaned up, you're coming back tomorrow, we're working Saturday, we're getting it knocked out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's extreme heat does not stop us.
Yeah.
You know, tornadoes, they tell you if you see a tornado, take shelter, but past that, you keep picking it up.
Dude, that is one of that sucks so bad. Like, as an adult, that's one of the things I feel like people don't prepare you enough for in school, is that there are no real life snow days for most jobs. Nowadays with remote work, that sucks too, even because they'll be like, oh, don't come into the office, but you're still gonna work.
Yeah.
And I heard the kids now too, they don't get a lot of snow days, because it'll be like, instead of a snow day, at least at my old high school, I know some teachers now that work there, it's like, instead of a full snow day, it'll be like a half day online, which is better than going to school. But I'm like, damn, that sucks. And as an adult,
I
as
think
a
I
garbage
actually
man,
like that better, because then you don't have to get those days tacked on at the end of the summer.
sure.
Because like when I was a kid, like I graduated in 02,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if you had 5 snow days and you were supposed to be out for the year on, you know, June 1st,
yeah.
you had to work through to like June 5th.
Yeah.
So-
they would do that. I remember at our school, it was always I think we got 3 in Wisconsin. Maybe like by the time I was in school, there was 3 days a year that you were like given, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And if it went more than that, then you had to make them up. And we had this shit where like we had the 3 snow days, and then right when we came back, a pipe burst.
Oh, no.
So they shut the whole school down for like a week. And we were all so pumped until it rolled around into May and June, whatever our last week was, and it was like, oh, you actually have one more week.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
can't take away the summer.
No, you're like, no, I'd rather be in there when it's freezing balls
Yes.
outside, dude. Absolutely. So when you're on do you do the back of the truck thing? Is that real, or is
I
that just
have. So, all right, we'll get it before we
we're
get
gonna
into the
bounce around,
yeah.
I'm sure. So you can
But
put me on
just
the rails.
to do my what I think will legally protect me. The views and opinions that I'm about to express are that of me and solely me, not of any companies that I have worked for or will work for in the future. Some of the things I say may be exaggerated slightly, but most of them will be true because people are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I dig that. More guests should come on and do that. We have people come on here all the time. And they're like, "Yeah, man, fuck Panera Bread. I can't stand it. They be putting nutsack
They
hair
got
in the
good soup.
They do, yeah. They be putting pubic hair in the soup. That's what people say on this show. So you got to be careful. Make
But
sure
yeah,
you get a strainer.
to the trucks, it's I've operated a couple different trucks throughout the years.
What are
so
the positions?
The most standard that you're talking about is like rear load garbage, where everything gets packed in the back and crushed and compacted live in the truck. More frequently, places are using front loads, which are basically a dumpster is attached to your truck in the front. Claw grabs the can, dumps it in there, and then the bucket comes all the way up and dumps it just like a regular dumpster. But, you know, you have the claw attached. Some places have side loaders where the claw reaches out from the side and goes in the compact body.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that's mainly for like residential stuff, which is primarily what I do. But then on commercial and roll off, there's, you know, commercial is like any basic dumpster you see at Quick Trip, McDonald's, whatever.
Yeah.
And the forks just come in, grab the dumpster, dump it in the back,
yeah.
and it goes. Or roll-offs are just like the huge dumpsters, like
Yeah.
the stuff that you see with a lot of home construction. You know, you'll see the garbage trucks with the big 30-yard
Giant pod
yes,
thing in the back.
and that's a lot for more construction debris. But we have other businesses that have like compactors that are built in to their facilities.
Sure.
Where it just compacts the hell out of a roll-off box.
Whoa.
So it's there's a lot, you know, I mean, everybody has a garbage man in some form or another.
Yeah. What? Okay. There's a lot there. When we're talking trash, we're talking on the garbage truck. Which of those trucks you just mentioned is your favorite personally? What's the best garbage truck?
I mean, the front load garbage truck is physically easier, and there's trade-offs in all of it, because like if you're in a front load garbage truck, you're expected to get 1,000 to 1,500 houses done a day.
Whoa.
And if you're doing the rear load, you know, by hand style, you're 500 to 600. So
wow.
it's, you know, but it's more physically laborious, because you're getting out from the truck, running to the back, grabbing the can, hooking it up, dumping it, bringing the can back, running back, driving 20 feet, and doing it all over again for 8 to 12 hours straight.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you like, do you ever pick up one of the garbage cans and you're like, what the fuck are these people doing?
Oh yes.
Like, what is in here?
Oh, I have so many what is in here stories.
Yeah. Have you ever found anything bad? You ever gotten any terrible shit on you?
Oh yes. So a little terrible story that I like to tell I can tell when a customer has their water shut off, because there have been plenty of times that, like, you know, those 5-gallon paint buckets from Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the can will be stacked with those, except it's filled with potty.
Oh shit.
Yes, exactly.
They're just shitting in buckets and then throwing them away?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know how much buckets cost, so that doesn't sound very financially...
Yeah, but if you got empty paint buckets laying around and your water shut off,
I guess, yeah.
Got to figure something out.
God damn, dude. You gotten that on you?
I haven't gotten it on me, but I've definitely been way too close in proximity to it.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. What about, like, you know, like when like flies and shit like lay their egg, you get like the maggots ever? Like
all the time.
God, dude, that's so gross.
I mean,
as a kid, I was just afraid to take the garbage out when that happened.
The amount of bugs and critters that I've seen over 12 years it would make your skin crawl with some of it. Like, another crazy one, when I was doing rear load garbage this is a few years back when we had one of those violent cold snaps.
Yeah.
And, you know, I popped open the lid. There was a bag on top, hooked it, started dumping it. And this is going to make a lot of people sad, so I'm sorry. There was a giant, probably 90-pound German Shepherd that was just frozen because the owner left him out. And
then he just put him in the garbage when he was dead?
I had no choice. I actually called I'm not a snitch, but I called the local police like, dude, this is animal cruelty.
Yeah. And
they basically said, what do you really want us to do about it? And I'm just like,
something, man.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
But I called my bosses. They're like, it's in the can, dump it.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Dude, that's terrible.
That one made me sad.
Yeah, dude.
I was I'm not gonna lie, I was quite misty-eyed.
What kind of people, dude?
Terrible people.
Yeah. And then, I mean, like, at least if you we're gonna step in the shoes of a terrible person right now that would do that to their dog. If I did do that, and this is where I'm at now. I'm not saying I would ever do that, but if that's where I am and my dog is a popsicle outside, I'm fine. I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna dispose. Like, I'm gonna bury it. I'm gonna do something. I'm not letting that be seen in a garbage can. Like, insane, dude.
Back to my
and a
PSA.
German Shepherd, damn.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
People are nuts.
They are, dude.
Like the amount of stuff that it's, and sometimes it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the occasional sex toy that just, it's funny to see.
You ever seen any of those like big, like the self-fucking toys, like the big
That
ones?
I have not.
Yeah, those cost too much. No one's throwing that away.
No, but I've seen, or just even packaging from it, because you're like, they had a fun weekend.
Yeah, baby. That's good. That's awesome. I'm sure, dude, you gotta like, I know you said you do mostly residential.
Yes.
If you ever do like some commercial stuff for like hotels, you got to go to like one of these, like in the Dells, they have like a furry convention all the time.
Nice.
You got to get in after that, see what kind of trash you get after that.
That would be wild.
I'm sure it'd be good, dude. I know we know some furries on this show. We shout out the furry community. Okay. What's like so that was probably one of the sadder things you've seen.
Yes.
What's maybe one of the funnier things you've seen come out of a trash can as you were dumping it?
I mean, live animals, squirrels, raccoons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's been times where I've flipped open the lid and a raccoon just pops it. Like if it didn't happen to me, I would think it was staged like a movie.
Yeah.
But like they literally just jump out all fours like rah,
Yeah.
right at you, and then they run and hide up a tree and it's fine. But
Yeah.
it's jarring.
Yeah. Is there when won't you guys take the garbage? Like what is like grounds for it's like we have the right to not pick this up?
Okay, so there are some, if you're blatantly, and this will depend on the person picking you up. Like me personally, if the can's behind a car, I'm going to get out and move it myself just because I don't want to go back at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, people aren't very nice sometimes. Mm-hmm. So they will, they'll be like, garbage man missed us. And it's like, we can send in pictures that are like, hey, this is blocked. There's no way for me to get to it.
Yeah.
But once it escalates up a customer service chain, you end up going back at the end of the day. So it's like, but, blocked by cars, completely inaccessible. TVs are not supposed to be in the garbage.
Really?
Paint.
Okay.
Like if you got a can full of paint, that's actually very bad because numerous times I've done that. Like you dump it in the body and you don't catch it, and then the truck leaves a trail of paint down the road.
Oh,
and
wow.
The city is furious about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not
how would you know
on us, but those things aren't perfectly waterproof. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whoa, dude, that's a good point. It's funny. Like I remember growing up, my parents were just irresponsible and would just forget to bring it down the driveway half the time.
Oh, yeah.
Or they would have it. It'd be kind of overfilled, and sometimes our garbage guy wouldn't get it. And like, they never called. I don't know what that's about. I think you got to be rich and white to be calling maybe I'd be surprised. It's
you would
not
be
always...
It does not, the wealth and the ethnicity or background does not matter.
Oh, really? If they got time, maybe.
Entitlement runs through America, period.
Yeah. That's fair.
There's been plenty of people that, I'll see them running their can out when I go around the other side of the block, and they'll be like, "You missed me."
It's like, no.
And I'll just be like, "Hey, if you admit that you just brought it out, I'll come back around and get it." And they're like, "No, you missed me." I'm like, "I just watched you. Just
why are you out here talking to me?
Just
you
be an adult and tell me
Yeah.
that you brought it out late, and I'll come back around and get it." Because
Yeah.
I do kind of pride myself on being a relatively nice guy with it.
Sure.
Like, I'm fortunate to have the job. I'm not out there to be a jerk to anybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I do like to hold people accountable.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I imagine it's kind of like if you were to do that for every single person, then
Yes.
now your route's taking even longer.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be a whole mess.
And
so.
that's, red flag on management side, et cetera.
Yeah.
It's, and the people who want extra stuff, like come out with 3 couches, 2 dressers, and it's like, dude, you only get what you get based on this. Like, all most people have to do is call.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of if you're in a city or you have a company, if you call, there's systems in place for it, but a lot of it is so routed down to where they know you can get a full load, go dump, come back, get another full load. But if you take 3-4 couches, something like that, it will throw off trying to, actually get everything packed.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are when people do leave shit on the side of the road, if they don't call ahead, what do you guys what will you take and what won't you? In at least in your experience.
So like,
If they had like a couch.
it really, okay. Now this is every city and township or whatever have different kind of contracts. So like city A will be a take all town where everything that they put out is, we just take it as long as it's not, toxic TVs, whatever.
What about a V8 engine?
Definitely not.
One time my neighbors put out this fucking V8 engine.
I'm surprised the scrappers didn't take it.
Dude, I know. Well, and it was sitting on like a tire. So it was like a round tire on the ground, and they set it like in this tire. And me and my buddy, we were in like 7th or 8th grade. And we got like a couple other of our friends because like it was there for like days. And we were like, dude, we should scrap this.
Yes.
We can make some money. And so then we got like a bunch of guys and we fucking dragged it over. It was like across the street from my house. We dragged it into the front of my driveway. And we were like, dude, we're going to do something with this. And then my dad came home. I'm like, Dad, can we put this in your truck? And he's like, how the fuck are we going to pick that up? and I'm like, I didn't think that far. I thought you would figure it out. And he was like, I'm not doing anything with that. So then it sat at the end of my driveway for like a year.
That's amazing.
And then eventually we got snow and the fucking plow came in and smoked this V8 engine into the ditch next to my house. And it sat there for 8 years. It just got removed like 2 years ago.
That is
awesome.
awesome.
Probably longer than that. But when was it? Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It just recently got removed, like not that long ago in this timeline. It sat there for almost a decade.
That's fun.
Just a giant. And I remember being like, yeah, dude, what was, and as I got older, I'm like, no garbage man getting paid whatever they were getting paid is going to fucking put up with that. Is going to be like, let me figure this out.
Yeah, there's
like
grand pianos.
Really?
Yes, I've had plenty of those that
you just skip past that.
there's no way.
You ever put a note on it and be like, you're dumb?
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can't be like, you're.
You know what I
man.
wanted to do a couple years ago? I totally got thumbs down on it, but remember Marshawn Lynch had his famous Super Bowl interview where he just kept saying, you know why I'm here.
Yeah.
I wanted to make Garbage Man Marshawn Lynch stickers that just said, you know why I'm here, and put it on the TVs, the tires, the paint, like,
Yeah.
And that's the thing is most of the time, it's going to sound so cliche, but the age of information we're in, like you can Google anything to know if it's actually legitimately able to get thrown away. Like a refrigerator can't do that because there's, the Freon and coolant and the electronics, and that's just a prime example, but 10 seconds of Googling versus just being like, no, you should take this just cause that's kind of the biggest thing with it.
Yeah. What are the, like, why specifically can't you take tech, like with TVs and like monitors and shit? Like, why can't we do it?
So it's a combination of things. They don't want it in the ground because of stuff that's on the computer boards, and I don't know that part of that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But I do know the idea is to have it all shipped out to recycling centers because they break all that stuff apart, whether it be TVs, phones, old VCRs, whatever, and they make cool little things like the little trinkets and stuff for $2 at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
That have a battery all of a sudden, or a little LED board. That
gotcha.
LED board might have came from a VCR back in the 80s.
That's interesting, dude. So is it like, so recycling is real still?
Recycling is real to a point.
Because that's what, I mean, it's like one of those things where I'm always trying to recycle. We even do, we do the fucking water cans. We do all this shit here. Like, you're like, I want to be good. And then somebody will always just come on and be like, dude, they're not even going to take that.
Here's the thing. It would be better if everybody could legitimately be on board. Like, that's the biggest, back to the Google thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've had legitimate arguments, and I don't want to say arguments, but interactions with customers.
Sure.
Like, one of them had the recycle can, because I've picked up garbage and recycle.
Okay, we'll get into the differences about that in a
just
bit.
filled with diapers.
Idiot.
And, the thing is, I actually tagged him for 2-3 weeks, like, garbage, ask your garbage man to empty it. Like, this is not recycling. And the guy came out and, like, basically tore me a new one. And he was like, recycling means it goes in the ground and decomposes. And I'm like, no, dude, recycle means use again. It's in the term of the word. Like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
And then he kept yelling at me. I'm like, just do me a favor and Google it.
Yeah.
Just Google it right in front of me. If I'm wrong, I'm like, what do you do for a living? He's like, I do this. I'm like, okay, well, I've done this for 6 years.
Yeah.
I think I have a better gauge on what I'm supposed to be doing than you do. And he Googles it. He looks at me. He's like, when's the garbage man coming?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, there you go.
Come on, man.
You know, and that's the thing. Like I said, I'm not out there to be, but when people do that, and that this is going to tie into the recycling thing, like let's just say you have 100 houses and they recycle properly. And then you get that one can that's filled with nasty diapers. That all compacts into the same truck, and suddenly there's a couple hundred, if not 1,000 pounds of recycling that can't be recycled.
Yeah.
Because it's contaminated.
Yeah.
So, like, it would be better if we actually were all doing it properly.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude.
Like, that is a huge part of it, because we get a lot of stuff that gets refused because people don't do it take the extra time to do it properly.
Rinse out the jar.
Or, you know, tons of paper plates and whatnot that still have food on them. Like, there's nothing you can, and that actually brings critters and rodents like into the recycle centers because they're smelling the food.
Yeah.
And we're not saying everything has to be spotless or you know what I mean, but there's just basic, you know, it's a couple people ruin it for the people that do it right.
Yeah. Wow, dude, I've definitely fucked that up before with the pizza box. I've done that a few times back in the day. I've been told though to stop doing it. I stopped doing it a while back.
And that's the thing is the pizza box does, because most pizza boxes say they're recyclable.
And they are, but they've got fucking grease and cheese in them now.
So it's a two-way street on that. Like there are some places that do, you know, there's so many small facets that are way beyond my knowledge, but like there are, I'm sure, places you can recycle them properly.
Yeah.
But it's, you know.
We need to do, you know what we need to? We need less money going into billionaires trying to like leave this planet or like buy up all of our Great Lakes and build data centers, and more money going into like building the facilities that even if we had somebody fuck up a little recycling, that we could clean it out and we could figure out. I wish they would put more research and development into that as opposed to the shit that they're doing.
And you know, there's I yes and no, because having that much energy and effort, like there is kind of a cutoff line where the energy that you're expending
becomes
like,
not worth it.
Yeah, like I'm saying from like even the fuel cost or, you know, usage, etc. Like there is kind of a level that, you know, the big eggheads that really run all the companies have figured out.
Yeah. Where
it's like, if you recycle everything, you're not doing any justice to saving anything because it's taking so much more energy. But I'm 100% with you on the data centers taking everything away.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
I mean, we got a couple of them, you know, they're going up on the Kenosha Racine border there, and
energy's gonna go up. It's gonna be scary, man. We got
confused why I'm paying for that, but that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's even worse. You know, some cities, like big major cities, they get pissed when they got to pay for like a sports team stadium. You know, the billionaires could easily pay for. I'm a Bears fan, and we're dealing with a situation with that right now. And it's like you got cities dealing with that, and now we got these small little cities all across Wisconsin that got to deal with us paying for a data center. I don't even get to go cheer for the data center. I don't get to watch the data center be a shit franchise for 40 years and pass that on to my kids like my dad did with the Bears. But like, at least there's some entertainment in that. This, I just got to watch them suck up the Great Lakes and whatever.
That's terrifying in its own right. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm always scared to tell people this, but I have my own weird, and I've never seen it anywhere else, but I have my own conspiracy theory that I subscribe to with water.
First time on a podcast, let's get it out. Conspiracy, let's go.
This one actually makes too much sense.
Okay.
That I think I'm spot on. But like, okay, as kids, we were all taught the rain system, the weather.
Sure.
Is precipitation, evaporation, condensation, in that order, right?
Yes.
Our weather has been so jacked for what, probably 20, 30 years now, acting crazy?
At least the last 20 years, yeah.
we have so much water that we've pulled out of the system. There are just warehouses all over the world that are just packed floor to ceiling with bottled water, galloned water, tanked water, whatever. All that water's been pulled out of our system. Like the big lake in Nevada, I think it was, that was like, 60, 70 feet deep.
Yeah.
And now it's just a barren land.
It's a valley.
Like, think about all the water, how much of that is in the liquid death or whatever, just by the way it all recycles. I'm not a weather dude, but that is the one that I think is, I subscribe to that one. It's my own original one.
Yeah.
And I will die on that hill because it makes enough sense to me.
You're saying you think we maybe took too much water out of that cycle.
Absolutely.
And that's what's fucking our weather up and maybe
Yeah.
other things. Dude, I could buy. You're making a little too much sense. We might get smoked after this podcast. It might be over for you. It might be over
And
for
I'm
you.
wearing high vis, so I'm an easy target.
Yeah, it might be over for you. If something happens to you, you are in good health. You love your family. You love your life, and you would do
Yes.
nothing to harm yourself. So if something happens to this guy, we know what happened. We
No,
got
the
people.
data centers are going to take it either way, so they're not even going to pay any attention to me.
Yeah. We got. If I have a sign on me and it said "trash," would you pick me up? Says Wolf Ludwig in the comments. We got who would recycle dirty diapers. You're a what fan, Darren? Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, we'll skip ahead of that. So we talked a little recycling and trash. You said you've picked up recycling and you've picked up trash.
Yeah.
What's the difference in like? Is there any difference in approach or logistics of when you're doing one or the other as like the person that is like the trash person, the trash man?
So there is, in the sense of, they're different cans. So we know, visibly which ones are supposed to be which.
Yeah.
And then typically the recycling can is smaller, and recycle itself weighs considerably less than garbage does.
Yeah.
So typically recycling routes are bigger.
Yeah.
But there's less heavy lifting, and it's more house count, but it's less heavy lifting, and there's smaller cans, so you get more house count.
Wow. So, dude, it sounds like being a garbage man is like you get to pick between garbage and recycling, and it's like, do I want to lift heavy? Do I want to lift heavy for low reps, or I want to go high reps, lightweight? It's like hitting the gym.
That is actually a pretty good comparison. I like that a lot.
That's funny, man. That's interesting. When what's the stupidest thing you've seen somebody try to recycle minus diapers?
Leaves.
Leaves?
Yes, leaves, sticks, grass, and the argument is it came from the trees. Paper's recyclable. Paper's made out of trees. This should be recyclable. These are real conversations that I've had.
That's a leap, man. That's impressive.
This is why I had to do the disclaimer, but that one's 100% real.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's impressive. I just wonder, people have a lot of audacity about them to, like you said, not look things up and then just be like, I came up with this. I figured this out.
Yeah. It's, but that's, like I did say earlier, that's unfortunately a big sense of American entitlement, though. It's we, and I'm sure you and I are even guilty of it in some different facets, where it's like, somebody will take care of this. Somebody will figure this out, even if I'm wrong. Yeah. And we all do it. In some form or another, we all do it.
That's being American. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so we talked a little bit about some of the stuff that that you won't pick up. What's like the easiest, or what's the worst kind of coworker to have when you're a garbage man? What are the worst people that
lazy ones?
Okay.
Because we really don't have, most of us are one guy, one truck. So we don't have a lot of interaction. It's like, you go get zone A, this dude gets zone B, this dude gets zone C, depending on where you're at. And like at the end of the day, we'll check up on each other like, hey, you good? We got, what you got left. But for the most part, it's pretty much you get your section and go home, because the guys I work with are all long-term veterans.
Yeah.
So everybody's pretty spot on with knowing what to get done.
Yeah.
But just lazy ones, because there's been ones throughout the years that it's like they'll go on vacation, somebody else will fill in their route and be done by 1 o'clock, and they're finding a way to be out there till 6 o'clock every day. Just to milk the hours.
Yeah, I don't.
Or just to get people to help, because they don't want to work as hard or whatever their reasoning is.
Yeah, dude, I know people I worked retail, and they were always cutting people's hours and shit. And I knew a homie, he had like the easiest section in the store when I was working retail, and he would specifically, no matter how long it would actually take him, his truck to finish his section, pushing all the product to the floor. Yeah. He's like, what time am I scheduled for? The team lead would be like, what time do you think you're gonna finish this, Jared? What time do you think you're gonna finish this section? He'd be like, what time am I scheduled till? It's like 2:30. He's like, I'll be done at 2:30. And that's what it's gonna be done. And he's like, it's not gonna be done a second sooner or a second later.
You know, and there's some people that have the mindset of just go 1,000 miles an hour because they're just get in, get it done, get off the clock.
Yeah.
And there's other people that are like, I'll take the overtime.
Yeah.
But it's when you have to go and circle back and help them, and you know they're not, I mean, for lack of a better term, they're not even trying.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, it's unfortunate. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
But
what's the biggest fuck up you've had as a garbage man?
Biggest one I've had, so a couple of years ago, this is quite a few years ago, I went through an entire section and I was picking up recycling, and it was a very windy day.
Mm-hmm.
So everything kept blowing on the top of my truck.
Yeah.
And when that bucket comes up, it comes up and it tucks in flat in the top like a transformer.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way I can describe it.
So you were doing a top truck, the top dump one. Okay.
And I finished and I saw all the stuff on top of the truck. So I brought my bucket up to 90 degrees, went to the top, pushed all the stuff in so it wouldn't blow down the road as I'm, driving 40, 50 miles an hour. Except I shut the power button off on my pump. So when I hit the lever to bring the bucket back down, our truck that is typically 13 and a half feet in the air, mine was sitting at about 18. And I pulled out of the intersection and smoked a stoplight.
Oh, like the actual light?
The actual stoplight. And the thing is, I don't know what was watching over me that day, but I got incredibly lucky because, I hit that thing I heard pink.
Yeah.
And, I looked, and I was like, what was that? And I just saw my bucket up. I'm like, oh, I'm so done. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
And it was totally my bad, my mistake. You know, I missed a step.
Yeah.
And nobody got hurt. Thank God. Everything was cool. But so the light comes off of the pole, but the big pole itself that was buried into the ground was just waving like this. And I'm like, if that thing topples, I'm fired. Yeah. If it stays standing up, I'll be okay. And I'm just watching it for 5 minutes, please, God, don't fall. Please, God, don't fall.
Oh, my God.
And it stayed up. And, I got in a fair amount of trouble.
Sure.
And it's, the only reason they had grace because I went step by step, hey, I know where I messed up. This is what I did. This is, I didn't try to make an excuse.
Yeah.
I was like, I screwed up.
Yeah.
I missed a step here. I did this. I did that.
Yeah. Wow.
And but
they got to cut you guys some credit too. I feel like it is it's a monotonous job, right? You're doing a lot of the same movements,
over and over again.
We
do stay in the same neighborhoods. We get routes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where we stay, at least where I work.
Yeah.
There's other places that, we'll bounce people around. One day you'll be in city A and then the next week you'll be in city F.
Yeah.
And that they'll change them around to keep more on their toes. But where I work, they try to keep them so that way you get to know where the obscure houses are, or the houses that always get missed.
Yeah.
So that way people aren't backtracking and going for it. So they gives them accountability.
Yeah. What are you're doing this kind of similar route every day. You're probably working about the same hours every day. You're by yourself most of the day. What are you doing to stay sane?
Podcasts.
Listen to podcasts. Yeah, there you go.
A couple days a week podcast, couple other days a week music, and my Pandora. Yes, I'm old enough to still use Pandora.
That is rough, man. You did age yourself with that one.
I know. But my Pandora, that's the thing is, shockingly, Spotify does not have a great, unless I just don't know how to use it yet, way to go through and get random stand-up comedy clips that cycle through. With my Pandora, it'll be a couple songs, stand-up clip, couple songs, stand-up clip, and it rotates them out because that's the way I have the playlist curated.
Yeah.
and maybe I just don't know how to do that on Spotify yet, and I haven't figured it out.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that. I've never even heard anybody do what you just described.
Yeah,
that's insane.
If you go on, again,
Pandora, maybe that's...
And you put in stand-up, like even the comedian themselves, if their content's on there, it will cycle through their albums, and it's like, 2 to 3 minute bits or whatever, and that's,
that's interesting.
part of doing stand-up is still enjoying being a big stand-up fan.
Yeah, I think they got something. I mean, I know they have that stuff on
They
Spotify.
do have stand-up on Spotify, but it tends to be more you specifically search out that person's hour. And like trying to find the obscure bits or whatever is not, you'll stumble across weird gems on Pandora.
Yeah, interesting. That's kind of neat that they're able to do that. So you listen to music, listen to podcasts, listen to some stand-up while you're driving. What was the worst day you've ever had on the job? Was it when you knocked the stoplight down, or was there a worse day?
That one was pretty bad. I don't know. There was one holiday season. I think it was my second or third year in, though. Yeah. And it was bitter cold. It was just after Christmas. And normally, after holidays, there's a lot more garbage, too.
Yeah.
Because, it's an odd mathematical equation. But if we have a holiday, like Christmas, let's just say falls on a Wednesday, the following week, there's an extra 8th day of garbage because there's one day that we don't pick up.
Yeah.
So on a normal day that I would get, 2 completely full truckloads, I'm having to come back for a third entire load because that one extra house or that one extra day on 600 to 800 houses suddenly turns into a whole nother full truckload, and it's a 13-hour day before New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And and it was cold, and that was one of the ones that just stick out.
Yeah.
That was a harsh day.
That makes sense though, because it's like not only are you guys missing that day of Christmas because you guys are off on Christmas.
Oh yeah.
All people are also getting a shit ton of gifts.
Exactly.
And then the wrapping of those gifts, and then the taking the gifts out of the boxes, and maybe throwing away old gifts. Like, oh God, I can't imagine. That's got to be a busy week.
Yeah, that's the holiday weeks are always a step busier.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's standard across all the companies though, because it's just mathematically makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I feel like all of America in Q4 is just like, that run up to Christmas, then therefore the fallout of Christmas is just ridiculous.
It is kind of crazy with like the seasons themselves bring different stuff too though, because like early winter, like January through this time of year is relatively quiet. Mm-hmm. Like it's not as heavy because most people are staying home. There's not gift giving, the Christmas, everything else. Once you start getting into summer, people are having barbecues, parties. So you'll start, depending on like some lake cities, will be incredibly heavy in the summer. Yeah. And like so light in the winter because snowbirds move away and stuff like that.
That makes sense too, because like everybody, spring cleaning. I bet you the next couple weeks about to get kind of busy for you guys once it gets warm.
Spring cleaning too. Yeah, I'll be going back right in the heat of that.
Oh God, yeah. I saw today. I saw people outside. They had. Everybody was out in Milwaukee today, but I saw people doing yard sales already today. I'm like, dude. You snuck that one in.
Yeah.
I don't know if nobody comes today, you're going to be putting everything back up for a month or so. But
that is a bold move, throwing out a yard sale in March.
The one nice day we're gonna get. I bet spring cleaning you probably get a ton.
Yeah, spring cleanings, that's a little bit more, but it's not tax season.
Really?
Furniture. People, new couches, new mattresses.
President's Day at all? I heard President's Day.
Not so much President's. Well, President's Day kind of falls under that tax umbrella because a lot of people that are getting a lot of money back for taxes have their stuff before President's Day already refunded. So there's definitely a lot of furniture in the tax time.
Yeah.
And that's where we see the most of that, especially with mattresses, couches.
Yeah.
Or whole bedroom sets.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just know I have friends and family now that work in the furniture industry, and I've heard that that's a big time of year. What we've been talking obviously a lot about garbage. You mentioned you listen to a lot of music when you're driving around and whatnot. You said something to me off air before we went live that you used to travel the United States doing rap battles.
That is correct.
Battle raps.
Yes.
So somebody's garbage man is a battle rapper.
I'm sure a lot
Retired.
of people's garbage mans are battle rappers.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, shit.
no, but yeah, there was, mid 2000s. I mean, I was, one of those high school kids that was super into it, especially like the 90s hip hop, Wu-Tang, DMX. And obviously I leaned further to it in my youth.
Yeah.
And I found battle rap leagues and different, for anybody who's close to my age out there, Scribble Jam was a massive thing in the early to mid 2000s. It was like the country's biggest like hip hop festival, underground hip hop festival. They had like b-boy competitions, on stage rap battles, a bunch of underground, rappers and stuff. And then there was, people now know King of the Dot.
I've heard of this. I feel
And
like,
that's a the big or worldwide battle rap league now. But in the late 2000s, Grind Time Now was a massive thing, and then that kind of branched off to being a couple other smaller local battle rap entertainment venues or corporations or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it was it was something, insert 8 Mile joke here.
Yeah.
But there were plenty of other, Slim Shady inspired kids doing it in the same, facet back then. And
What's like your first rap battle like? When you're like because you were probably a fan of it. You were a fan of the music, right? And then you're like probably seeing clips of people doing rap battles, and you're like, oh, that looks cool. Maybe you saw one live. When were you like, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna rap against somebody? And then how did that go?
I mean, my very first time going just forever back is just, it was the people I was hanging out with at the time, and just like kind of just started doodling a few things that rhymed and jumped into, the cipher and stuff like that, and just kind of ran with it from there. Started doing small local competitions, and then like I did a couple in Chicago, and then few up here in Milwaukee even, at the Miramar. I had one, I think, in 07.
Oh, wow.
It was either 06 or 07, but it was called Mike Club.
Yeah.
Back then. And
did you win any of these?
So the online internet ones that were part of leagues were more like one-on-one. You have 3 minutes. You have 1 minute rounds, 3 1-minute rounds to like write about your opponent. And it's like, it's very similar to what the roast battles have become, except it was a little more, rhythmic and honestly kind of meaner. As mean as those roast battles get, we said some awful shit to each other in the late 2000 battle rap scene. I'm sure. So like, live competitions tended to be more like over a beat, and you'd have 30 seconds back and forth, and it would be tournament style. But the ones that were actually filmed and put on YouTube would be, you get a month to prepare, you come out with your stuff, it's a venue, it's packed, and just go blow for blow.
Yeah. Well, and did they pick a winner at this still?
Yeah,
they still do?
A lot of them had, a lot of the internet ones had judges, and a lot of the like live events were just crowd response related.
Yeah. Wow, dude. That's intense, man. That's like an intense vulnerable, because I mean the roast battles are intense too as a comedian, but that's I do feel like, I feel like on some level those are a lot of times done, at least for the most part, in jest, right?
Yes.
Where it's like there's still like like we could go do a roast battle, and like I know things about you, so I'm gonna use those things, but like I'm making fun of you because there's things to make fun of because I adore you. Like there's something there, there's some admiration, or at least respect, hopefully. Whereas like in battle rap, I feel like rap is an aggressive genre in general. It's hard to like be respectful and shit on you. Like I would have to just
it would always depend on kind of who you got. And I think the funniest thing about it is like even the most like thugged out dudes that were on the rap battle scene were still on the forums talking shit and setting up their battles with the next person.
Oh wow.
Like they were just as much internet nerds as anybody else that was doing it. You know,
Yeah.
like regardless of what you're doing outside of it, you were still setting up a rap battle through an online internet
Yeah,
forum,
still weird. Yeah.
having beef.
Yeah.
So it that has always just been funny to me.
Did you ever have a rap beef? Like somebody that you beefed with?
I mean, not.
You had to have somebody that you were like, man, I fucking hate going against this guy. I want to kill him every time we rap against each other. I'm making
Never
fun of his
got that
mom.
personal with me. There were a couple of them that I will say they crossed lines that, and the thing is, they say there's no blurred line, but like they doxed the girl I was dating, like
Oh, my
actually
God.
called out her full name. And the thing is, she was there supporting me. So she's in the audience, just kind of, you know, we have a 8-hour drive home from wherever we were, and she's just pretty quiet for the most part, and justifiably so.
Yeah.
You know, like I never wanted that to be the situation.
I
You
mean,
know what
with,
I mean?
with all due respect, I mean that's got to be tough as that woman. Like you're going to support. You're already in a weird situation. You're like going to support your man at a rap battle, and then you get fucking. You're like, what? This show's not about me. What are we
Exactly. And
doing?
that's why it's so frowned upon. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's to make fun of something generic is one thing, but to actually go that level of personal, it's like it gets the crowd reaction, and that's fine, but never where I would personally go with it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's like, let me figure out who you work for, bring your boss to the rap battle and be like, you work for Clarence. Blah, blah, blah. Like, let me just bring him out just so everyone goes, oh, like, how much of rap battling, I feel like most of it, or a big chunk of it, at least, when you're doing it with a crowd, has got to be like, it's less of specifically who's better at rapping and more of like, almost like antics a little bit. Like, who can just say the...
Oh, for sure.
Like you just really need like one thing that's like if it's bad enough or big enough, then it's gonna be the other person's not gonna be able to come back.
Yeah, and there's definitely aspect of that, and it's, you know, and it sounds incredibly cliche, but there are so many similarities in comedy versus battle rap.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to control the crowd, trying to get people on your side, trying to hold attention.
Yeah.
And it's like it was just the way I started seeing it more as I, you know, dove deeper into comedy.
Yeah.
Was like, oh, this is the same shit.
Yeah.
It's the same shit, but a different toilet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even to the similarity of when I was doing battle raps, my entire Facebook people you may know were all battle rappers from the venues and everything else. And now my entire Facebook who people you may know are all comedians that I see on open mics, and it's such a parallel world that it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Maybe we gotta get more. Maybe we gotta do more crossovers. Maybe we gotta have a roast battle and then have maybe a rap battle section in there.
I mean,
Maybe have some do tag teams, a battle rapper and a comedian, and with a roasting comedian, and then another battle rapper and a roast comedian, do like team stuff.
that's really not a terrible idea.
Tag team, that'd be fun, man. We set it up. We set the venue up like a ring. That could be fun.
That's actually
That's a fun concept.
That is a good concept.
Somebody steal that. Just like give me a % or something. I don't know. That will be fun. It's like with battle rapping and with like it being so audience driven, it is interesting because like how does it work? Because you can kind of say whatever. Nobody's is like, because I know you said there's no rules. That's like one thing with like, right? I'm a big depending on where you kind of fall as a hip hop fan, we might disagree on this. I'm a big Drake fan. I love Drake, and I know a lot of people, especially old school people, really don't like Drake. Drake, especially in that first beef he got in it with Pusha T. I mean, he had the Meek Mill one before that, but like that second big one with Pusha T, right? I would argue, and people will clown on me because I'm white and I'm saying this, but I would argue that he out-rapped him completely. Like, I feel like the Duppy freestyle was infinitely better rapping and penmanship than the story of Adidon. But it was because Pusha was like the biggest rapper in the world, has a kid, and he's going to tell you about it in a month from now with this Adidas press run. And this is how you're finding out.
Yeah.
That the shock of that. It'd be like if we were at a roast battle and I was like, and actually I fucked your girl and this is our kid, and it's like, oh, he's got a DNA test of like, you know what I mean? Like no one would give a fuck that you out rap me. They'd be like, dude, that guy fucked your girl and that kid is actually his. Da 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 da. No one would care what you had to say.
And I mean, even in the actual like rap battle circuit, it was kind of similar to that. And shockingly, I'm not big on the new school beefs. Like, I don't keep up on it too well.
Sure.
I did like Drake's first couple albums, they were
Got
swell.
some good albums.
But like, you know, the stuff I grew up on was like LL Cool J and Cannabis.
Sure.
And you go back to look at some of those, or, you know, Nas and Jay-Z was, and obviously Biggie and Pac was its own complete otherworld thing.
Yeah.
KRS-One and Nelly.
You didn't catch any of the Drake Kendrick stuff of the
I
last
caught
year?
it, and like I listened through it, and it's just like, I don't know, it's my age is showing.
Sure, just own it. Just own it. There's people your age
it's different. To me, it's just a different style than the rap beefs that I grew up watching.
What do you think's different about them? What do you like or dislike about either?
I mean, it's all entertainment. At the end of the day, it's all entertaining and it's all entertainment. So I have no quarrels with it, but it's just the stuff that it's like, even comparing it to wrestling. Like, if you grew up in the Stone Cold era,
Sure.
nobody is going to live up to what Stone Cold is. So it's
Sure,
like growing up seeing those kind of beefs with, like Nas and Jay-Z or any of the other ones I mentioned, and then seeing the current beefs, it's like, yeah, that's cool, but it's not what that was.
Okay. Maybe you think maybe we're nostalgic a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like too.
I still play Nintendo 64, dude. I'm hella nostalgic.
Oh yeah, I love a 64. I grew up so when I watched the WWE, it was big during like Randy Orton, the tail end, like the middle 2000s to like early 2010s.
Yeah.
So it was like Cena's coming up, and then Randy Orton's the biggest guy in the WWE for a bit. Triple H is like still wrestling and shit like that. Those guys were like super big, and I do look now every once in a while, like people will share something like with Roman Reigns or whatever, and I was never into it. I remember him like coming up as I was like not watching it anymore, kind of like getting away from that and being like, I'm just not really interested.
Yeah.
And I wonder, maybe it's just the same thing where it's like
it's
just not. I've just kind of aged out of caring about beefs.
Yeah.
And caring about, for me, WWE. It's like WWE is still cool. I respect the fuck out of it. I love wrestling. If someone wants to go, I support local wrestling, all that shit.
It's fun.
Super fun. It's just a fun time.
Yes.
But I'm not plugged in.
Yes.
Probably, maybe it's a similar thing for you with that. With the rap battles.
And that's, like my musical tastes have changed throughout the years too. Like, I still have the 90s, early 2000s rap stuff on repeat, but
sure.
Like, I mean, I've gotten to a point where half of my Spotify playlist is like classical music and lo-fi stuff, just because it's just chill.
That's my dad's playlist. Yeah.
It just keeps you.
Same thing.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
That was an unnecessary dig.
He's on my dad's. Cool. My dad's like a young dad. He's like only, I think you're in your 40s. He's in his late 40s, so he's a young. He's young dad. You guys are young. You guys
cool
are still young.
Dad.
Plenty.
You just didn't say cool young dad. Cool. That's all I'm the Funkle.
You're a Funkle. Yeah, there you go. What do we got here? And he married that woman from Alexandra in the comments there. There we go.
Hi, babe.
There we are.
My wife is watching live. That's
excellent.
amazing.
Excellent. Okay, so rap battles. I want to do one more thing with rap battles. Do you know who Super Hot Fire is?
Yes.
I think actually he might have done irreversible damage to your guys' whole scene because it was so funny, and it did it. The thing was, like, what we're talking about, where it really matters, like, just who's more popular. It'd be like if I showed up with all my homies, which is what those skits are, right? Where it's like everybody, it doesn't matter, he's saying stupid shit. Dude, everyone out raps
the fact that you have the callback to Super Hot Fire, just like my soul is glowing right now. That's just I thought I forgot about it, to be honest with you, but as soon as you said it, like, psych, that's the wrong number.
Dude, my friends and I love that. As we ate that shit up, I still quote that. And it's actually a dream of mine as like an artist and musician to one day have him as like an interlude. Like, get him to just like do something, literally just like say some shit and let me put it on a record, please. It can give him his own track, interlude, whatever. I don't care. I don't know how nobody else has done that.
I mean, you got to wonder, what is he actually doing now, though? Like, is he in any sense an influencer or anything? Or is he just like...
I don't know. I think he
probably sells insurance, dude.
Maybe,
he's probably, just like I pick up garbage, he probably sells insurance.
Yeah, I think we should look it up, because I know he was like... for a bit he deleted all those, like, because he wanted to do like skits and stuff and wanted to get more into like more comedic filmmaking and everything, and I don't know that it went super well, and then I think he ended up re-uploading them like 10 years later, but other people would still re-upload them and stuff. Can you look up what is Super Hot Fire doing? Do you know how to spell Super Hot Fire? It's SUPAH Hot Fire. It should come up. Yeah, let's see what he's doing now. You can pull that up for the chat to see here.
That's
too.
Amazing.
Let's see what they got. What does it say he's doing? He's pursuing a boxing career.
Damn, that's old to be doing boxing.
Okay, dude. Let's go. Wait,
He's
can
gonna
we
fight Jake Paul soon.
Can you look up Super Hot Fire boxing and then let's pull up some images? Yeah, dude, Jake Paul probably will have to fight him because nobody wants to watch his fights anymore. Yeah, let's see images maybe. No fucking way, dude.
That is
Did
awesome.
he win? He won a fight? Who did he fight? That's insane, man. Wow, well, that's good to know he's doing something.
That's of all the things I didn't think I would learn today, what Super Hot Fire is doing now is at the top of that list.
In case you didn't know, he's there. He's there and he's fighting. That's excellent. Yeah, so do you think he probably ended your guys' whole rap battle
Not at
scene?
all.
No, it's still going strong?
Oh yeah, the King of the Dot is like the big worldwide one now, and like I still have, you know, old acquaintances that I still follow on Facebook who are still doing things with them. And like it's not anything I'm part of anymore, like, and I'm not gonna bullshit, I was not great. I wasn't terrible, but I was not great.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped.
How did it feel to beat somebody? You won some fight.
Oh yeah, I probably, I don't know, I think overall was probably like 11 or 12 and 7 or 8 in that, you know, general region. So I mean, winning and losing it kind of didn't matter unless there was money on the line. The performance spoke for itself. If the performance was good and you lost, it had more clout than if your performance was bad but you still won because the other dude's performance was worse. You follow what I'm saying? It's like if you know, even in a roast battle, right?
If one of the comedians sucks and you just kill them because they were bad, then the whole show is worse, right?
Yes.
We'd rather have the whole show be really, really good. All your jokes were killer. They were just a tiny bit more killer than you.
Exactly.
Then like the whole show sucked, but you beat everybody. Like that that would not be fun.
So yeah, it was a lot of that. Is, you know, there were definitely times where I was like, you know what, I won that, and I knew I won that. And the judges didn't go that way, and then you'd watch it back later, and it'd be like, no, I definitely won that. The judges biased, whatever. And it's all personal opinion, though. At the end of the day, you kind of got to step back out of it. Like, but there are times where I vehemently was like, oh yeah, I lost that shit terribly. I got rocked.
Yeah. What's it feel like walking away when you lose? Is it like? Damn.
I mean, honestly, it's very small recoup time because you kind of just like. Kind of got to go look around and be like, shit. All right, next battle's up. Let's watch what these guys are doing. You know, you kind of shake out of it pretty quick just because you're already at the event. You're going to sit there and be entertained by the other people that are doing it. Because usually on a card, we had, you know, probably between 8 and 12 battles for the night. So it was, you know, and if it was a full-blown tournament style, like the way I always looked at it is I was always okay losing a tournament as long as I lost to the winner.
Sure.
Because then I'm like, it doesn't matter if I lost to him in the second round, the fourth round, or the sixth round. I still lost to the winner.
Sure.
So, you know, little way to help save your pride.
Yeah. I feel like, too, it is like comedy, which is interesting. There are so many parallels. It is like a very vulnerable thing to do, right? Like you're like putting yourself out there to potentially get fucking destroyed by somebody else.
Oh yeah.
With the hopes of winning and trying to win or whatever. But like part of the game is losing battle. You're gonna have to lose some battles. The same way, like if I'm boxing, if I go into boxing, like I'm gonna get punched in the face. There's no way around it. I'm going to get smacked in the face hard as fuck. I'm gonna see the slow-mo of my face moving around somebody's glove. That's part of something I have to be okay with. So I feel like you kind of just have to be okay with like, yeah. And I bet everybody in the room, it's like nobody's really judging you for losing because they've all lost.
Yeah, I mean,
or is
some people are pretty, you know, and that's
really
the same thing in comedy though too. There's some people that, you know, refuse to believe that they bomb when they bomb, and there's some people that embrace it. Everybody's just different, you know. Sure. It's all the view of yourself that you have. Like I just try to approach everything, whether it be doing the rap stuff, whether it be doing comedy, like as an experience that I can enjoy. Like all of this in some sense is supposed to be fun. Even doing this podcast, like I wanted to come here and have fun and Like, this has been great.
Are we? We're doing okay so far?
Oh yeah,
That's all right.
I'm
good.
just enjoying shooting it with you.
Good. Okay. So outside of rap battles, what have we not touched on before? Actually, I do have some stuff from the comments I wanted to get to. What did somebody ask earlier that I thought would be interesting, garbage wise? Oh, someone asked, does TJ get upset when he sees what people throw away, especially during Christmas, like a functioning television or something else? Like, what are the things that you see that piss you off when you see it in the garbage? That's not like just because it's not recyclable or whatever.
Yeah, I don't really get mad at it, but I think it's a bummer. Like, deal with evictions a lot. Like, entire houses getting cleared out, and I'm talking, you can see somebody's entire life at the curb.
Yeah.
And it sucks because somebody like the banks or whatever that foreclosed the house will call and pay for it all to get picked up. But it's like you're throwing away bag after bag after bag of clothes or other things that can be used. And it's just like, it really sucks that we can't do something better than this. Like, that part kind of, hurts the pride a little bit, where it's just like, I mean, this is my job. It's my job to pick it up. I'm going to do what I'm paid to do. Yeah. But it's like,
even donate it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
30-40% of this can be reused.
Yeah, donate that shit to Goodwill so they can scam people like me at Goodwill. Dude, I do have to say about the donating shit. I don't know if you go to Goodwill. Have you ever been to Goodwill?
I've been to Goodwill.
Right?
Like,
I don't go
I try to donate more to like St. Vincent and Salvation Army because they're less
for profit.
Yeah,
because the thing with Goodwill, dude, Goodwill pisses me off, man. The other day, we're like working on some projects, and I needed like a bunch of clocks. I needed to buy a shit ton of clocks, and my budget was like, we probably need like 70 to 80 clocks, right? So my budget's like no more than $2-3 a clock.
Okay.
And I go into Goodwill, and I'm like, okay, most of a handful of them are that price, and then they're selling like most of these broken ass clocks, which I only need for like something to look like a clock. It doesn't need to actually work. They're selling them for $12, $5, whatever. And I look it up online. I'm like, can you haggle at Goodwill? And it's like, usually no. But they're like, but if you do a bulk thing, if you clear out inventory, sometimes they'll let you. So I go up to the top. I'm like, can I speak with the manager? They get me a manager. I'm like, hey, I'll give you $50 for all these clocks. Like, you were given these for free. Can we do, like, I'm going to clear this whole shelf off. They were like, no, can't do it.
That's
I'm like,
wild.
I was like, $60. And they were like, no, I'm sorry, we can't do it. I'm like, but you can though. Like, you were given, and it's like, and then I'm like looking it up after, and they're like, well, it makes sense, like, profits and everything. And I'm like, dude, the profit on everything in Goodwill is 1,000,000% because they got the shit for fucking free, and they're paying like 4 people to work this Goodwill. Like, I'm like, we can't make a deal, so it's silly. And the same thing with that
but that's
stuff. It's
the
like,
thing
why
is
can't you do more?
They can't make the deal only because
Corporate, whatever.
It's their bosses, and then their bosses, like, at the end of the day, like, as much as that sucks, like, that dude wants to pay for his mortgage too. He probably couldn't give a shit less about those clocks. He probably would have been like, dude, I'd give them all to you for $20 if I could.
Yeah.
But he can't risk his skin over it, unfortunately.
Can you what's the legality on, like, if you see something sick in a garbage, can you take it for yourself, or you can't do it when you're working?
There is a strict no scavenging rule.
What?
Yes. Like,
why?
Because it's a couple different reasons. It's more legal protection for the company than anything.
Okay.
That I'm aware of.
What are they being protected from? If I go, I don't want this fucking air fryer anymore, which I shouldn't have put in the garbage can anyways, right? And you come up and you're like, damn, this shouldn't be fucking in here. So I don't want to take this. But you know what? I'm gonna just put this in passenger. I'm gonna ride home with this today. Why can't you do that?
So the actual reason why, above my pay grade.
Sure.
But
the reason they tell you.
But like, if we see it at the landfill, it makes sense. Because obviously you don't want to be walking around seeing crazy shit with all the huge equipment coming around. But like, house to house, I mean, part of it I'm sure is, let's just say you get something and it's faulty, and it, like, let's just say there's a battery in it and the battery blows up in your truck or something. Or let's just say I pick up a golf club, just for silly, stupid example.
Yeah.
But I put it in the cab of the truck. And I'm driving and I hit a bump and some Final Destination shit happens and the golf club wedges on the brake or the gas or, the 1 in a billion chance things.
So that's what they'd say is,
but
like,
essentially it's an insurance risk for whatever reason to the next.
Whoa. So you've never taken anything. Okay. Yeah. I'm interested because I feel like, dude. I mean,
there is this weird.
People throw away so much good
So
shit.
one company I did work for had a weird kind of don't ask, don't tell about it, where you could like talk. If you talked to the customer and asked them to keep it there, you could pick it up after work in your own vehicle.
Ah.
So like,
I'd be scared to do that though, because then what if I was like, "Yo, can you set this aside?" And then they get greedy, and then they're like, "Yeah, I'll do it for like $10." But no, you were fucking throwing it away. It was in the garbage. Give me that shit. And then they get greedy. Then I would get angry, and I might catch another kind of charge.
yeah. So you can't get angry. That's the craziest thing with it is you have to be level-headed doing that job because you're driving a 30-ton wrecking ball, and the way people drive, like, and I hate to sound this old man about it, but people drive absolutely nuts.
They do not care, dude.
No, they don't.
They do
I've
not
had
care.
throughout the years, like, so you go, you're hugging the curb, like on a one-way street. I've had people literally drive on my right side through somebody's yard to go around me on one-way streets. Like, and that's the side that I'm grabbing shit out of.
Yeah.
You know
Imagine
what
if you
I mean?
drop the hook down.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude.
No, and that's, people are reckless.
No,
and
they do not care.
But that's where, in that job, you have to have just such a thick skin to just let it, you cannot road rage in any way, shape, or form. Oh, yeah. Not just because of the fact that you have all that going on, but also because of the fact that you have 8 cameras on you at all times. I mean, pure scale surveillance at all times, which is a positive and a negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if somebody runs into you, they have every angle. That's like, you didn't do anything wrong, you're good.
Yeah.
But if you mess up,
they see it.
It will be seen.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you guys can't be taking stuff home. What do you guys beef with scalpers at all, or people that like
let them take it?
Scavengers and
let them take
scrappers?
it.
No.
Yeah, scalpers. The only thing I'll ask them to do is like if they're in front of me and they're slowing me down, I'll be like, hey, dude, anything metal, I'll leave on this street, but go work the next street and stop slowing me down.
So you run into people that are scrapping?
All the time,
amount, really? Yeah.
Constantly. Wow. Like there's some of them to the point where, like, if I see them, I'll honk at them and be like, hey, there's a bed frame 2 blocks down. That's $30 of steel. Like, it doesn't, for me personally, I would rather the scrapper take it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get recycled. It's going to get reused. He's going to get a couple bucks for it. Versus if I take it, it's going to get crushed and just put into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would rather have that just from a personal standpoint. Like,
shit, yeah. You gotta send one of them my way. I'd be interested to get in the psyche of somebody that does that all day.
Oh, the scrappers?
Yeah, man, because that seems awful.
Seems
like a crazy kind of person to do that.
Probably, but I mean, they make money.
I know, they make money.
They make enough to stay afloat.
It's like one of those jobs where it's like the amount of money you're making, dude, for the amount of effort and time you're wasting. Like, that's your day. That's your life now. I mean, if you love that, great. But like, also, like, you could just work a job, and
but what if they can't?
Maybe you're right.
But
how the fuck are they picking up steel and put it in the truck? You know what I mean? It's like, this is like a guy.
Usually 2 or 3 guys on the truck.
I know, but these are 2 or 3 guys that like their dad or their stepdad for their whole life was like, you gotta get a job. You gotta get a job, Nate. And they were like, fuck you, Dad. You're not my real dad. I'm not getting a job.
Poor Nate.
I'll show you. And then Nate decides, him and his buddies decide, well, we can recycle cans and we can make some money. And they're like, we're gonna do that forever.
I mean, you get enough of them though.
I know, but it's like,
but
dude,
see, what I'm
the amount of time you gotta
like
spend.
The bigger stuff,
the big guys, yeah,
like
yeah.
the washers, the dryers,
the V8 engines on the side of the road.
V8 engines that are still in the ditch until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Callback.
God, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I imagine those guys probably do make some money. What have we not gotten to? I'm sure you've got stuff written down. What have we not touched on that we need to touch on
Let's
today?
see here. So, I don't know. I hit on the cameras. So I got this one. So I've had two big scares.
Okay.
Doing a rear load garbage truck where it was just me on the back. I got rear-ended outside of the truck. So I stop on a major road. I'm far hugged over. Grab the can, walk it to the back, hook it, dump it, take 2 steps to the side of my truck, hear tires squeal, and boom.
Hit your truck while you were outside of it.
I was literally, if I shook that can one more time, he would have pinned me. And that happened in Racine a few years ago.
Yeah.
Garbage man I saw passed
Yeah.
because people weren't paying attention and just pinned him in the back of his truck.
Smoked him, Jesus.
And it's that part is scary in its own right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, so he hits it, and he hit it at such a weird angle that his back bumper actually ripped off and was hanging on my step.
Whoa.
Because he like saw it last second and just tried to correct and just kicked out of it.
Oh my God, yeah.
The thing is, he came back to the truck and he's just like, "I'm so sorry. Can I just go?"
No,
and like,
brother.
No, I flipped out on him. I'm like, "You absolutely cannot just go."
Yeah.
My license is suspended. I'm like, "Well, it's about to get a whole lot worse for you, dude. You almost fucking killed me."
Yeah.
Like, legit, if I would have been 3 seconds difference
Yeah.
and standing to my left instead of my right, like, I could have gotten seriously injured or killed.
And you have to be super distracted to crash into a giant fucking
And that's
garbage
exactly
truck.
what he said. He said, "I just didn't see you." I was like, "Dude, my truck is 12.6, painted whatever color it was painted with giant flashing lights.
Yeah.
Like, what can't you see about that?"
No, yeah. You just weren't looking at the road. You
Exactly.
were texting or you were doing
Whatever
something
he
else.
was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they, he did, and I feel bad getting him in trouble for that sense. Like, I'm not out to, like, ruin anybody's day. But, bro, you fucking almost smoked me. Like,
Yeah. It probably would smoke somebody eventually.
well,
if
and
that's,
he had no license, so he
probably did. Yeah.
he got in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure. Wow, dude. Okay, yeah, that is scary.
And
That is scary.
the other good scary one, I had a truck burned down on me once.
The garbage truck?
The
burned
garbage truck burnt down, and it wasn't anything in that. We'll circle back to my truck actually burning down and how, but that does happen more often than you would realize too. Combustible stuff in the garbage, and it keeps getting compacted, and something will just pop.
What do
And
people
it'll
put, like propane?
no. Well, I've had people throw out propane tanks in the garbage.
Oh my
I
God,
shit you
dude.
not. And those are, again, if I see them, you
Yeah.
pull them out and throw them in their yard. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, well, there's some things I like. The more I've like grown up, I'm just like I don't even know how we allow like people, like regular people, to buy these normally. Like there's just shit that like you're in high school. I always think about this. You were in high school, you were in college, whatever your last form of schooling was, and it's like you were in those classes, and there were always kids that you were like, that motherfucker can barely read. That if you ask them to go, if you ask them to work the drinking fountain, it's tough for them to figure it out. And that motherfucker can go buy a bomb. Propane is a bomb.
Yeah.
Like a propane tank is a bomb. If I shoot it, it blows up and it's scrap metal everywhere. Like regular people can buy
I
that.
grilled out yesterday, so it's worth it.
That's what I know.
Juice is worth the squeeze.
I know. It freaks me out that like regular people. Sometimes you share the roads with these people. You do it.
Yeah.
I'm just like they vote. I'm like, God damn.
But yeah, we've had, and I've seen it through coworkers and whatever, where it'll basically be a hot spot in the garbage and it'll start smoldering, and more often than not, we'll catch it before the truck itself catches fire. You find an empty parking lot and you just push the whole load out, and the fire department comes, sprays it down. Another truck comes and they put it in the big dumpsters and then still get rid of it. But there's been trucks that have burnt up because of it.
Yeah. Holy
And one of mine burnt up, but it was from the engine.
The engine. So
The
engine.
engine blew out, and I think basically I backed in. It was an old rear load garbage, the same one I got hit in actually.
Okay. So it's been through some shit.
That truck died that day. So I backed into a one-way like dead end.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the guy's can, and there was a bike leaning on the can. And it was like real tight-knit little community, so I knocked on the guy's door like, "Hey, is this bike garbage, or did your kid just leave it here?" "Oh, yeah, my kid left it there. Thanks a lot for not throwing, whatever." And then he just looks, he's like, "Your truck's on fire." I'm like, "What?" And I look over, and there is flames coming out from the front of the tires.
Yeah.
Like something just faulty on the engine. Everything caught, everything went up. There was no way for me to get in the cab and shut it down.
Yeah.
So that thing just sat there and burned for like probably 45 minutes.
Wow.
And
It didn't explode.
It didn't really explode. It was a diesel truck. So it's like when the firefighters hit it with the hose,
Yeah.
like it was kind of the little poof out, but it wasn't a big kaboom.
Got you. Yeah.
But-
wow, that's still scary though.
Oh, it was
What if you
terrifying.
had been in there?
I mean, the biggest thing that honestly scares me about the idea of being in there, like if I would have noticed it was on fire and then tried to stop it and like the brake line's already burnt through or something and I wouldn't be able to stop it. That's the biggest thing I thought about being scared with it, because like from the fire aspect, it's like it takes a while to burn. I can get out of there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But like the not being able to stop it once it's moving aspect, that scared me more than anything.
Yeah, and rightfully so. What's the mileage typically on these trucks? How long does a big garbage truck last mileage wise?
I have myself driven trucks with 300,000 plus.
Wow. Yeah.
Like old diesel trucks from the late 2000s, some of them even early 2000s.
Yeah.
And some of them had as new as 5 miles, brand new off the line. So we've driven lots of different trucks, throughout the years in different companies.
What's the nicest quality of life feature for a garbage man in his truck? Or a tip you would give somebody, maybe if it's something you just even have on you.
Like, what do you mean quality of life feature?
Something that makes it easy, something that's like a pro gamer move, a pro tip that you're like, oh, this makes my life, my job, my day so much easier and better.
Just to the regular
garbage man,
just keep your cans apart from each other. Like if your cans are separated, we're not going to knock over the next can. You keep them away from the mailbox. I've smoked numerous mailboxes because people will stack the can right in front of the mailbox, and then you can't see the mailbox, and you reach at it with the thing, and suddenly you pull their mailbox out of the ground, and they're not very happy about it. It's like, you literally have it leaning against it. Like, I didn't do it on purpose, but that does happen. So like just keeping space, like the more space that's available, and we're not asking anything crazy type thing, but the more space that's available is the quicker we get in and out of your neighborhoods, the quicker we get, you don't have to go around us. Like the faster we don't have to move stuff and just get to come through and go bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
We're out of your way.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense on a consumer end on what we need to do. What about for you guys? What do you think, like if somebody was their first day on the job and you could give them like some wisdom so that the job will be better for them, be easier for them? What does that garbage man have to do? What should he think about doing?
Honestly, take care of yourself. Work out, stretch, like drink lots of water, and it sounds so cliche, but the job does beat the shit out of you. Like I've, my stepdad was a garbage man for 30 plus years. I've seen a lot of his friends, and like they're doing great and they're happy, but like it takes a toll on you. Like even if things are more automated now, just driving in that kind of rough truck, rough environment does jar and shake your body. Yeah. Plus the loud noises, picking up the heavy stuff, or, a lot of our trucks go, like at least where I work, go in and out of the landfill itself.
Yeah. And
driving through the landfill is just like, I'm hitting my head on the top of the thing just because you're just bouncing.
Yeah. I'm interested to know about landfills.
Okay.
A little bit. What's up with the landfill? What's that like? Is it like the scene from WALL-E? Have you seen WALL-E?
Oh yeah, I love WALL-E.
Dude,
WALL-E's
that's got to be your shit as a garbage man.
Yes.
That's got to be your favorite.
I love
WALL-E
very much.
Yeah. What's it look like in there?
I mean, honestly, it's surprisingly not as exciting as you would think it is, because they do find ways to recycle the garbage, in the sense of everything, they find a spot, this is the spot for the week, and everything gets dumped in that spot, and then it just gets buried. But after it's been buried and has a while that it's like decomposing, that I don't know how they do it, way above my pay grade, but a lot of the landfills suck out the gas that is coming from everything decomposing, and that gets recycled into compressed natural gas.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, some of the trucks that I've driven are CNG trucks, and they are theoretically fueled with the same garbage that they pick up.
Whoa.
So it's like, and I'm sure there's some nuance to that, but in theory,
that's still kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Or they turn them into ski hills. They did that in my hometown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
They turn them into ski hills sometimes.
Yeah, once they get too big, because there's whatever regulations, which again I don't know the regulations, but your X amount of feet in the air, That's as high as you can go, and you got to find another spot that's zoned for it that they'll let you do it.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's just crazy how much, but in the weird sense, it's better than burning it, because burning it will just completely torch our atmosphere.
Yeah.
Especially with all the weird shit that we have,
that we're already doing.
Yeah.
Fuel emissions and stuff like that. Yeah. What else do people maybe would not think happens at a landfill? What's something kind of surprising about landfills in general, maybe that you've experienced that you're like, oh, I didn't know that until I did this? It could be landfills or garbage in general. What's something that was just kind of like a whoa?
I mean, just, like sometimes I pick up yard waste, which like in, more county areas, it's just bags upon bags of leaves and grass. And those go to a different facility where it all basically gets shredded up and turned into mulch and dirt, and kind of like all recycles that way. Never really realized stuff worked like that.
No,
that was kind of the landfill, not really anything too crazy that I can think of besides the fuel reclamation.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of neat. I didn't know that at all.
And like, recycling plants are pretty straightforward, especially, I will say this is one, if you recycle and you have all of your stuff in a plastic bag, even if it's all clean, it hits the line and it goes right down the chute into a dumpster, because the bags like bind up the equipment that makes the line go type thing. So there's, there's little nuances that most people wouldn't know.
Yeah, interesting. Wow, what about styrofoam?
Styrofoam is the weirdest one.
I was wondering that
because
when I worked retail, it was like we had a baler, right,
Yep.
for like cardboard and shit.
Yep.
And then we had this other like real scary room for like styrofoam, and I never knew what was going on with that.
And it's a weird. There are specific facilities that I've never like been into myself that do recycle styrofoam.
Yeah.
But on paper, most styrofoam is not recyclable.
That's what I thought,
like
yeah.
not in a regular recycling facility. But they throw you off because they all have that little triangle on it.
Yeah.
So like when people like, okay, the guy who thinks leaves are recyclable.
Yeah. Definitely thinks
That guy.
styrofoam.
Well, no, I was gonna say that guy's an idiot.
Oh.
But the people that think the styrofoam is recyclable, like I totally get it. And like trying to explain that to them, like, look, I can't explain to you why, but they tell us styrofoam doesn't go in the recycle truck. Either you have to bring it to this weird place or you throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
But at least now more styrofoam is more like biodegradable than it was, in the 80s and 90s. So a lot of that does fade a lot faster than it used to.
Yeah.
Or so we're told.
Yeah. Interesting. We probably shouldn't be talking about this because that guy that did the leaves, he's probably gonna start putting his leaves in like takeout containers, and like styrofoam. He's gonna put those in there. You're gonna be like, dude, you said.
That would be, if that guy actually somehow found this podcast.
Oh, I would love that.
I'd buy him lunch.
Yeah, I love that, man. That would be excellent.
I'd be like, thanks for the fodder.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do you have on your list here? I want to make sure we get all your stuff. This is your first time on a podcast. By the way, doing great.
Really?
Yeah, it's been fun, man. I'm learning a lot.
I'm just trying to be chill and natural.
I'm learning a lot,
so,
yeah.
I mean, just a couple, fun/weird stories, I guess. So one of the most disgusting stories is I picked up a couch, old rear load truck, put it in, brought the blade down, snapped it in half, and I'd say roughly 300 to 500 roaches came just absolutely flying out of it and just scurrying about. And I was very much in that sense of just like, the thing is, the house that I picked it up, the people were sitting on the porch, and I just looked at them. I'm like, y'all got a problem. Like, you need to call somebody.
That's what I mean.
I shit you not, in the 300 to 500 range on that thing. And it's just like, you just got to kind of stand there, wait for them to clear out, finish compacting the couch, and go on about your day.
Dude, the fact that they're just like, yeah, we're going to take this out today.
Yeah.
And leave that there.
God knows what the house actually was.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they knew.
And that's a bummer. It sucks to think, like, try not to judge, because it's like, sucks that you live like that. I feel bad that you live like that. Like, that's not cool. That's a bummer. That's rough. Yeah. And I don't want to say that to like down talk them or look, but just, it's gross.
They're sick. No, I'll down talk them a little bit. They're a sick person. They have a issue. They have problems. Then they probably need help. They probably need help, because Jesus Christ.
Even
that is like that hoarder show.
Yeah, we were talking about the hoarders, and like I've seen plenty of those too, where it's the entire Like literally the entire front yard is just all gone.
Garbage. Yeah. Wow,
And
dude.
they pay enough, you know, whether they pay or they get the big dumpster and they have somebody come throw it all in there. Like, it's some wild shit to see.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit, man. Okay, so that's, roaches in the couch. That's bad. What else you got?
Let's see here. Got the people driving in the yard. All right, so this one may or may not be true. But the wildest thing I saw that I was not involved in, may or may not have seen. I did see a video of another driver who actually did pick up a person by accident.
Whoa.
And it was more the person's fault than anything. But yeah, so that was...
I know men are trash. I know that's like a common saying, but like,
did
that happen?
Long story short, without risking getting myself in any trouble, basically a guy came out with a mattress and held it up for the claw, but then held on to the mattress when the dude grabbed it with the claw, and he got tacoed.
Oh.
He was fine.
Yeah.
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, he just got squished
everything was
between the
okay.
mattress.
Yeah, so everything was okay. There's a happy ending. But that was some extra level wild shit to actually see.
I don't know if maybe you do or do not know the person that did this. Did that person end up did they talk about this after and be like, yeah, sorry, I just wanted to see what would happen? Or
no,
it was a complete accident?
It was 1,000,000% accident. And if anything, it was, you know, the customer's always right, but this was 100% the customer fault.
That's almost worse than it being on purpose.
And that's, you know, okay, we're going to circle back a little bit. You were talking about like things to make, you know, the layperson should know / make our jobs easier.
Yeah.
Give us space. The amount of people that will walk up and grab the garbage can right when I'm about to grab it, or think that I already emptied it. And like, people wait for us. Like when you start doing it week in and week out and doing the same areas, people set their clock to you. Like, they're like, you're here at 10:15. So if you're there between 10:10 and 10:20, they know you're there. They're watching at the window. And as soon as you pull up, they come out of their house to grab their can the second you dump it.
What the fuck are these people doing, man?
Retired people.
I was going to say, it's like, yeah, those are like the people that you like step in their yard and they're like, hey, there's some people outside. They start making that call. Like, dude, come on.
But like, they'll reach for it sometimes before you even get it. And it's like, dude, take a couple steps back. This thing is like the claw itself has so much pressure behind it.
Yeah.
It will devastate somebody.
Yeah. I mean,
and a lot of people are just very nonchalant about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost, maybe it's a good thing that my generation will never be able to retire or own homes. Cause like, we'll just be like we'll be renting our PS7 and just playing video games instead of waiting for the fucking garbage man to come. Cause come on guys, what are we doing?
Dude, circle back, get a Wii, buy some extra stuff, jailbreak it.
You'll
always be able to have it. You won't need the subscription.
Yeah. There you go. You have a jailbroken Wii?
I don't have a jailbroken one, but it's offline and I still play Zelda and other shit on it.
Dude,
so
the Wii is goated.
Yes, the
Wii is so good.
The Wii is, you know, just the controls are bad on some games.
Sure. I mean, anybody that owns plays regularly like a sports game on the Wii, I hope you don't play like Madden.
No.
On the sport. Dude, I had friends that had Madden on the Wii, and I'm like,
I couldn't even imagine
that's
that
disgusting. You could play Wii Sports, amazing.
Yes, Wii Sports is always
play
fun.
amazing. I don't even need any other games. I could just play those 2 games forever and be fine. But yeah, dude, they had some weird games. They had a couple of weird games, but overall, the Wii's awesome. The Wii's a lot of fun. What else you got on the list here? I want to make sure we hit everything before.
Oh man. Another thing, keep your dogs in check.
The dogs be beefing with you guys?
I've been attacked. Not bitten, but attacked. One of the neighborhoods I worked in, somebody just, you know, their pity got loose.
Whoa.
And the thing is, it's a catch-22. Like, he was out and he saw me. I got back in the truck in time, but I can't drive away because if I run over the dog, I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you're kind of trapped there until they either get their dog or whatever. Like, I ended up, you know, I think it was probably 15, 20 minutes of blaring the horn and nobody came out. I called animal control and they were able to get the dog at least, you know, because like, I don't want to kill a dog.
No.
Like,
absolutely not. But these people are fucking idiots. What are we doing, guys?
full circle back. Just entitled.
Yeah.
Somebody will take care of it.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Common courtesy is not common.
No, yeah, I agree with that. That's just so dangerous, so sad. So dogs, okay. What else should people know about being a garbage man?
I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun in the sense of, I don't know if fun was the word I wanted to use, but it came to mind. It's a good job. It's a hard job, but it's like for me personally, it feels important.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that what I do is relatively necessary. I don't think AI is going to take my job for at least a little while still.
Yeah.
And that's like just based on weather, infrastructure, etc. Like, you need, for how big those trucks are, to depend on that being on a controller. That's a big ask, you know, at least for now. Like, long as they get a few more years out of it and
sure, yeah,
hopefully retire. But no, I mean, it's hard work. It's honest work. It's, you know, it's something I'm very fortunate to be in.
Yeah.
Like, and I, you know, it's the best way I can say it. I'm fortunate to have it.
Yeah. Fair. Well, TJ, I appreciate you coming on and doing the show, man. I
appreciate you having me.
We're probably closing in on that time. Is there anything either that we didn't get to or that's on top of your mind right now that you're like, I want to get to this before we wrap?
So we didn't hit too much on the comedy stuff, which
Sure.
I'm all for, actually.
Okay.
But
plug it.
I am also a comedian. Follow me. I'll be tagged on this.
We're linked down
on
below.
The Instagram, TJ Trashman. I'm doing stuff all over Milwaukee, Kenosha, get down to Chicago when I can. And I just want to give a couple shout outs to a few places that have, you know, helped me out or been a big building block and stepping stone for what I've learned. So shout out to the Laughing Tap. I run an open mic at the Parched Pug in Libertyville. They've been gracious to let me run that for the last year plus. Comedy at Bourbon in Kenosha, great place. We're up and coming with doing shows every Saturday. So shout out to them for putting me on a show here and there. And who else did I have? Oh, Mix and Rewind is a new place in Cudahy that has been really trying to, you know, get a comedy thing going there too. So the people that have given me, you know, a little bit of extra love, I wanted to at least take this second to give them back. Oh, and Eulogies at Evelyn's, most fun Mike and Racine every Wednesday.
What about our garbage men specifically? Do they have a good sense of humor, you think? Any garbage men come out and support?
We all have a very dark sense of humor, and I think part of that is just the shit that we see. Like, we're either old and crotchety, or we are, you know, just laughing at the crazy shit. Because that's the thing, is we do day to day, we see just wild shit.
Yeah.
And you know, it's always an adventure. Even if you're doing the same streets week in and week out, no 2 days are ever the same.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's got to be fun. It's got to keep it interesting.
Oh, yes.
Keep you on your feet a little bit.
For sure.
Give you plenty of content to think about.
It does. It does.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on the show today and chopping it up for a bit, teaching us plenty about garbage and garbage disposal. I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in live today, as well as people that will be listening days after over on Spotify or here on YouTube. I want to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They should be up on the screen right now if you guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra videos, extra podcasts, as well as a series where I break down how I mix, master, write, record every single one of my songs. Go to patreon.com/Darren Rita. You can help support the channel for as little as $1. Also want to say a quick shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the show. Their stuff is linked down below, as well as our other video sponsor, Impulse Cameras, over in Oak Creek. Check out both of their stuff linked down below. Thank you to them for sponsoring their episode. And with all that good stuff being said, this has been the 349th episode of the Detox Podcast.